Welcome, everybody, to Saunders County Online as we're bringing you coverage of the JV volleyball team for Wahoo Warriors taking on the Malcolm Clippers, and we'll be bringing you the coverage for the rest of the evening. It is, we are experiencing kind of a slowness of internet once in a while, so once in a while it kind of slows down, but we'll keep things going the best we possibly can here. Also, we do have a lot of other things going on. For example, we have Arlington facing off against the Wahoo Warriors softball team. That is also going on right here, so you can watch that on the other side of the channel. Or if you want to be civically minded, they're coming up here pretty soon. We will have the Wahoo City Council going. So a lot of things happening around us. But we'll continue to try to bring everything we possibly can your way. Malcolm is starting with a serve right here. Goes to the back row, put to the front, and tapped over to the Malcolm side. Malcolm sends to the libero and then tries to block it, but Wahoo not able to get there in time. It comes down, and we have a point for Malcolm. From the far corner serve, Malcolm then goes a small jump serve, but into the net. It is a service error and a side out. Back over to Wahoo. Wahoo with the first point, tied 1-1. Wahoo with a near corner serve, a flat-footed serve to the center back libero, and then set to the far side. Blocked back over to the Malcolm side. And a miscommunication for Wahoo, not able to be able to determine who's going to be able to hit that. Could have been an easy return, but again, communication is key there. It is going to be a tough game tonight. Libero from Malcolm serves from the far corner, and it is set to the near side and out from Wahoo. That was next another point for Malcolm as we continue. I don't have the sheets for the ladies in front of me, so I'm sorry if I'm not able to get the names. Libero from the far corner to the Wahoo's libero is set and across, and Malcolm was able to retrieve and free ball back over and did stay in. Wahoo with a set on the far side and against the block was able to come down. Wahoo able to bring that over to their serve. 2-3, Malcolm is ahead in the first set for the JV team. Flat-footed serve and having to scramble a free ball, but not able to get it back over. Malcolm is not able to handle that one. Wahoo ties it up 3-3. Serve from the near corner to the center and goes straight up, having to kind of hit it over. Wahoo almost not able to recover from that one, but able to get it over to Malcolm. And Malcolm with an awkward set into the net, not able to retrieve point for Wahoo. 4-3 Wahoo in the first set. Malcolm has a pretty good tradition for volleyball, so we knew that this is going to be a tough match. To the near corner does stay in. Malcolm with a serve across and out of bounds. Wahoo continuing the serve, 5-3. Flat-footed serve from the near corner to the near corner for Malcolm. A set to the near side. Able to go across the court to the back corner and stay in. Kill for Malcolm, and now we have Malcolm serve. Malcolm able to do an exchange of player and brings in a new server from the near corner to libero for Wahoo. Wahoo sends it to the far side, and it was blocked. Libero is able to get it back over to Malcolm's side with a set and tap over the blocker. Wahoo is able to recover and just bump that back over to Malcolm's side. Malcolm, kind of a communication issue there, but able to get it to Wahoo's side. Wahoo sends it to the near side and with a hit out of bounds. Malcolm brings that back to tied. 5-5 in the first set. Here comes the serve to the back row for Wahoo, sending it to the front row into the near side and able to get a kill right on through. Brings the serve back over to Wahoo, and Wahoo takes the lead 6-5. Serve from the center of the court to the back libero, and having to scramble a little bit to bring it a free ball back over to Wahoo's side, and able to keep it in bounds. So side out to Malcolm, ties it up 6-6. Wahoo just looking at that thinking, will it actually go out of bounds? But it did not have the duration to do that. So jump serve from the center to the back row. Libero sends it to the far side and could have let that one go because that would have gone out of bounds. But here's a set from the center to the center. And again, Wahoo really pretty much amped up on their hits, just putting that out of bounds. Malcolm now ahead. Wahoo 6, Malcolm 7, set number 1. Jump serve from the far corner. Gets set on the near side and blocked from Malcolm. It stays in. Malcolm continues their score. And Malcolm ahead 8-6. Jump serve from the center back row. And Wahoo bumps it and just sets it across. Blocked by Malcolm back to a near side set. Gets it through the blockers. Malcolm pushes it back to the back row. Wahoo resets to the center and pushes it over. Malcolm digs and then sets it from the back row, sends it to the back row. Wahoo is able to recover. And with an awkward hit, but it worked from the near side to halfway across the court. And not hitting it square, but was able to throw everything off, and so that does bring Wahoo a point, and now serves. Malcolm ahead 8-7. Wahoo serve. It's like Wahoo serving from the far corner. Flat-footed serve to the center. Set up by Malcolm, and kind of a tap over. And Wahoo not able to recover. Scrambles, but it does end up hitting the floor. So that brings the serve back over to Malcolm. Malcolm maintains the lead. Wahoo at 7, Malcolm 9 in the set number 1. Comes the serve from Malcolm. And a little bit overhit from Wahoo. Malcolm take advantage to redirect that hit down, and Wahoo not able to recover. Malcolm now at 10-7 over Wahoo. Set number 1. Thank you for joining us on the JV team as we play here. And Wahoo sets to the far side and blocked to the out from Malcolm and brings the side out to Wahoo. And Wahoo gets the point. 8-10. Wahoo's trailing in set number 1 for the JV match. Coming up after this, obviously, will be the varsity. We're looking forward to that. Malcolm tried to push it, but it was able to be blocked by Wahoo. Wahoo with catching just a pushover from Malcolm. And into the net, trying to avoid a net violation and out of bounds. Malcolm gets the point. Oh, wait, no, actually, I'm sorry. Wahoo gets the point. Must have been a net violation. Serve from Wahoo to the libero in the far corner. Malcolm with a free ball over to Wahoo's front row. Set to the center and not able to handle it. Gets right on through. Another point for Wahoo. Ties it up 10-10. Wahoo serve. From the far corner, serve to the far corner, almost out of bounds, but the libero picks it up anyway. Free ball back over to Wahoo. Wahoo in the back row sends it forward, and the near side hit. Recovered, over hit, but a double hit from Wahoo. Point over to Malcolm. Malcolm regains the lead, 10-11. Comes Malcolm's serve from the far side of the center. Ace for Malcolm. Malcolm ahead 12-10 in this first set. Here comes the serve to the back row. Not able to be handled with a running slide. Wahoo is just not able to get that. Ten to 13. Malcolm ahead. Here comes the next serve from Malcolm. Able to be dug by Wahoo and blocked by Malcolm, and Malcolm continues their scoring. Set number 1, Wahoo 10, Malcolm 14. Serve to the back row for Wahoo, sending it to the near side, getting it past the blockers, and then out. Malcolm sending it out of bounds. Wahoo's libero is now serving. From the center back row to the libero in the center for Malcolm. Malcolm sets and gets that to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo sets to the far side and then does a tap across the court. Free ball over from Malcolm into Wahoo's side, and then Wahoo tries to get it. Blocked by Malcolm and try to dig back out. Wahoo not able to recover. Malcolm with that point, 15-11 in set number 1. Wahoo trying to recover, trying to get a free ball, but not able to get it far enough over. Malcolm with a scoring lead, 15-11. And now we have Wahoo taking a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Saunders County Online.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
Welcome back to Wahoo Gymnasium as we have Malcolm coming into town. JV volleyball going on right now in Saunders County Online. Serve from Malcolm is able to be returned by Wahoo. Malcolm was set to the near side and a cross-court hit, but out of bounds. A well-executed timeout to try to kind of slow down the pace for Malcolm. Well, Wahoo now 12, Malcolm 16 in the first set. Near side flat-footed serve to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm trying to recover and free ball back over to Wahoo. Wahoo in the front court, setting to the far side and with a kill. Bringing the score within 3, Wahoo 13, Malcolm 16, Wahoo serve. Serve, flat-footed serve from the near corner to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm setting to the far side. Blocked, but out of bounds off of Wahoo. Change of serve and a point for Malcolm brings them up to 17. 13-17, Malcolm ahead in the set number 1. Malcolm's libero serving from the far corner to the back row. Wahoo having to push it just over to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm resetting to the front row to the far side. And they're claiming a double hit on Wahoo, giving point to Malcolm. Far side hit, serve. Wahoo just pushes it to the back row. Malcolm with a hit, but block. Malcolm keeping it alive. Set front row and just a push over from Wahoo. Malcolm now tapping it over, blocked by Wahoo. Malcolm trying to reset it up to the far side for Wahoo. Wahoo in the front row's far side hit. Able to be pushed back over from Wahoo, from Malcolm into Wahoo. Wahoo not able to dig that out properly. Point Malcolm. 19-13, Malcolm ahead in the first set. Serve from Malcolm to the far side. And the far side kill from Wahoo. Brings him up 14-19, traveling by 5 points. Wahoo has a couple of times brought it up to tie, but really hasn't ever had the lead in the first set so far. Malcolm set to the near side and tap, but out of bounds. Wahoo now a 15-19, 4-point spread in the first set, and Wahoo with serve. Flat-footed near court serve to center back row. Malcolm taps it over and finds empty space and able to hit the ground. Brings him up to 20. 15-20, Malcolm ahead. Serve from the near corner to the far corner, and it does go out of bounds. Service air side out. Wahoo 16-20. Wahoo with serve. Serve from the center court goes to the back row, moving it over to the back row and just having to try to hit it over, but a miss hit into the net. Malcolm not able to get it over. Wahoo is now 3 points separating between the two. 17-20, Wahoo serve. Wahoo pushes the back row. Malcolm sets to the front and across the court. Wahoo able to dig and to the far side, pushed back to the back row of Malcolm. Malcolm now setting to the near side and out of bounds off of Wahoo. Net violation also by Wahoo, so Malcolm served 21-17 and side out service violation 18-21, and both teams bringing in Wahoo's serving as they trail by 3, 18-21 in the first set. Service is coming from the far back corner and going to the far back corner for Malcolm. Malcolm on the far side getting blocked by Wahoo. Reset to the near side, tapping it over the blockers. Wahoo digging it and having to tap it because it was too close to the net. Out of bounds. Malcolm now moves ahead, 22-18. 4-point lead in the first set. Again, thank you, everybody, for being a part of our broadcast right here on Saunders County Online. Actually, many broadcasts going on. Coming up in a half hour, a city council meeting. They're going to be broadcasting. And right now also an ace for Malcolm as they send to the back row and just not able to be dug out properly. Brings them to 23-18. Center line serve, jump serve, and hits the net and just rolls over. Another ace for Malcolm. 18-24, Malcolm ahead, and now we have set point. Also going on our channel right now, we have Arlington facing off against Wahoo as Wahoo's hosting Arlington for softball. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us bring all of these activities to you. Okay, now everybody's ready. Malcolm got the go-ahead for the serve, and the serve goes to the back row into the net, but recovered, and a free ball back over to Malcolm. With a kill, Malcolm was able to take set number one, 25-18, and we'll be back in just a moment as we continue to bring you coverage of Wahoo Warriors volleyball right here on Saunders County Online.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan. Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome to set number 2 as we continue to bring you coverage of Wahoo Warriors volleyball as they face off against the Malcolm team, and a really tough Malcolm team. They have a strong tradition of some great volleyball, so we knew that this was going to be a challenge for Malcolm to come in to Wahoo. For the JV team, set number 1, Malcolm was able to take that 25-18, and here is the serve from Wahoo for the second set. Able to get it over to Malcolm again. Free ball back over to Wahoo. Wahoo resetting and just bumping it over to Malcolm's side. Malcolm resetting to the near side. And a hit and double hit. A double hit on Wahoo, so that gives point to Malcolm. Malcolm now with serve, and that goes just barely over the net. Back into Malcolm. Malcolm with a far side hit. Dug out by Wahoo, and a free ball over to the back row of Malcolm. Malcolm with a far side hit. And it's just a kind of a nice eye-open tap across court. Wahoo not able to recover. That brings the score for Malcolm 2-0 in the second set. Malcolm with a far corner serve. right to the center, into the far side. Wahoo tries to hit in, but unfortunately it was a miss hit into the net. Point for Malcolm. Malcolm continuing serve, 3-0. Far corner serve to the center back row. Wahoo now with a hit cross, gets cross past the blockers. Malcolm just sending it to the far side for Wahoo, having to recover, and with a hit. Malcolm hitting the rafters, adjusting because of the way the hit is, and able to get that to land where Wahoo's just not able to recover. And point Malcolm, 4-0, set number 2. Continuing the serve, Wahoo tries to do a push back, but ends up with a double hit on that set, and then point goes to Malcolm. Continues their serve, 5-0. Serve to the center back for Wahoo. Wahoo pushes it over to Malcolm on the second hit. Malcolm with kind of a miss hit again, and just not able to find the trajectory. Wahoo takes a timeout, trying to kind of find their way. We'll be back in just one moment right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers.
Welcome back to Wahoo Gym as we have Wahoo Warriors taking on Malcolm. The Clippers right here in volleyball action on SaundersCountyOnline.com. Wahoo had to take a timeout trying to slow the Clippers down a little bit. And it looks like it kind of worked. The Clippers were able to get the first 6 points, 6-0, but with that side out and a service error, Wahoo on the board now with the serve, 1-6 in the second set. The Clippers took the first set. Flat-footed serve from the center, goes to the back row, bounces off the rafters. Free ball from Malcolm to the center of Wahoo. Wahoo set, and just a miscommunication, 4 hits. Not able to get it over. Malcolm now with a 7-1 lead. Comes the hit from the far corner to the back row serve, and second touch. Wahoo pushes it over, finds the floor, and now comes up 2-7. Wahoo with the serve coming up, and flat-footed serve just barely goes over the net. Malcolm now having to free ball it over, but with a miss hit out of bounds off of Wahoo. Malcolm regains the serve, and we see Malcolm 8-2. Malcolm's going to be serving from the near corner and goes to the center back row. Nice spin on that ball from the near side. A hit to the back row from Wahoo. Malcolm able to dig that out to the near side. Hits across. The libero then digs that to the far side. Hit. Could have gone out of bounds, but Malcolm does retrieve that. And now we have Wahoo to the near side. Bumps it over, and with a diving hit gets it back over. Wahoo with a hit to the back row. Malcolm able to free it over to the back row for Wahoo to the center set, and with a hit able to be dug out of the center. And the second touch pushes it over, and Wahoo able to save it, gets it back over, and blocks off of Wahoo down. And what a volley that was. Wahoo coming out on top, 3-8. That was... We're going to keep that one as in the film because that was an amazing saves happened on both sides of the net there. But Wahoo able to get that final block, hit the ground, and be able to now have the serve. 3-8, far corner serve, and unfortunately a service error into side out for Malcolm. Now Malcolm with a serve, barely getting it over the net, and just kind of awkward placement on that dig. Not able to return. Malcolm now ahead 10-3 in set number 2. Gets it to the back row. One hit over to Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side. Pushes it over the blockers. Wahoo able to get it pushed back to the back row. Taps it over the blockers. Wahoo with an amazing save right there from the libero. Sends it back over. Set to the near side and to Wahoo. It gets hit, and Wahoo sends it to the near side. Hits to Malcolm. Malcolm with a tap over in the front row. Wahoo able to hit, and with a kill. Wahoo able to take control of that volley. Seems like when there is a huge volley going on back and forth, the Wahoo is able to find the right block eventually, but it's all about the patience and timing. Malcolm is ahead. Set number 2, 10-4. Serve from goes to Malcolm. Malcolm with a one hit over. Wahoo from near side, set, but into the net, mistimed, and side to Malcolm. Malcolm point. 11-4. Malcolm ahead in set number 2. Malcolm does already hold first set in their pocket. Comes the serve from Malcolm, and just not able to be dug properly by Wahoo, and gets sent to out of bounds. Malcolm ahead 12-4. Comes the serve from Malcolm and just floats over the entire court out of bounds. Service error side out to Wahoo. Libero for Wahoo from the center. Does a jump set from Malcolm, just taps it over, tries to get him off guard, and then second ball sends back over to the back row from Malcolm. Malcolm sets it over the top of the blockers for Wahoo. Wahoo sends it back over. Malcolm sends it back into the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo the near side and sends that into the net for a Malcolm point. 13-5. Malcolm serving from the far corner to the far back corner for Wahoo. Front row set to the near side, bumps over to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm resetting to the far side, blocked by Wahoo. Reset to the near side for Malcolm, taps over the blockers. Wahoo digging it to the near side and hits again. That's been kind of a consistent, unfortunate hit from this near side into the net that way. Timing issue or what's going on, but that is something to work on. Malcolm ahead 14-5 in set number 2. Malcolm with a far corner serve to the near corner serve for Wahoo. Front row set and blocked. Trying to recover. Malcolm not able to recover on that one. Wahoo point, 6-14. Malcolm leading. Wahoo's serve, set number 2. Thank you again for joining us with the JV game going on at this moment. Flat-footed serve to the back row of Malcolm. Malcolm kind of sets to the far side. Hits across court, and with a mid-row attack, not able to get it over. Malcolm point. Malcolm ahead 15-6. Consistently hitting to the far side for the serve. Wahoo to the near side. Gets to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm setting to the far side. Hits across. Was able to be dug out and sent to the front with attack from the front row. Malcolm with a single hit back. And tried to time that hit to keep it over. Unfortunately, Wahoo is not able to get that to stay on Malcolm's side. Malcolm with a point, 16-6. 10-point lead in the second set. Comes a serve from the center court to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo setting to the far side. Taps it over the blockers and able to keep it in bounds. Wahoo point. 7-16, 9-point difference. Wahoo's flat-footed serve to the back row. And Libero takes it to the senses to the near side. Sends it to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo to the front, sets it up and hits it to the far side. Stays in. Blocked, but beat the block, and a net violation on Malcolm brings the point over to Wahoo. Wahoo from the near corner serve, flat-footed serve, sends to the far corner back row for Malcolm. Malcolm sending to the near side and not able to be blocked by Wahoo. Malcolm ahead now, 17-8. Malcolm's serve in set number 2. Comes the far corner serve to the far corner serve. Wahoo sending it to the near side, and with a attack from the near side, hits it out of bounds. Malcolm point, 18-8. Malcolm regaining a 10-point lead in the second set. Far corner serve to the center back row for Wahoo. Wahoo sends it to the forward and far side attack. Malcolm sends it one hit over, bumps it back over to Wahoo. Wahoo to the far side in attack and over attacked out of bounds. Malcolm now 19-8. Oh. Line judge was saying it was actually off of the fingertips of a Malcolm player. So now we reverse the score, and Wahoo has service 9-18. Second set, serve, flat-footed serve from the, and an ace for Wahoo. Able to find just that dead spot in the floor. 10-18. Second set in JV game. To the back row for another ace. The back row hit just kind of pops up a little bit, but not enough for anybody else to come and claim that ball and get that going. So Wahoo continuing with their scoring, 11-18. Volley there, went Malcolm's way, but Malcolm with a jump serve from the near corner and a side out service error. Wahoo now with serve. Malcolm ahead in the second set, 19-12. Malcolm won the first at 25-18 for JV. Wahoo wanting to continue Serve from the back row went to the very far back row for Malcolm. Malcolm with just a free ball, but barely went over, hit the net, threw the timing of the ball off. Wahoo not able to recover. Malcolm ahead 20-12 in the second set. And Malcolm with a jump serve from the center back, but side out and a service error into the net. Wahoo 13, Malcolm 20. Wahoo with a serve. From the center, goes to the back row from Malcolm center. Second hit, Malcolm pushes it over. Wahoo able to recover. Sends it to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm with a near side hit. Kind of awkward placement in the net area and not able to do anything with it. Hits the ground, Wahoo. 14-20, Wahoo serve. Center court serve to the near court back row for Malcolm. Malcolm sending it to the far side. Attack to the far back corner, and Wahoo able to free ball back over to the back row. Tapping it over the Wahoo blockers. Wahoo able to recover, sends it to the far side. And Malcolm again, second hitting quite a bit, trying to get it just off time for everybody. And a kill for Wahoo. Brought it from a 10-point deficit to a 5-point deficit, and now they're taking a timeout. We'll be right back on Saunders County Online.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Wahoo's gym as we have volleyball action going on right here as they face off against Malcolm. Going to another side of our channel, you can see Wahoo playing Arlington in softball. So that is going on. Thank you to Austin McNorton for covering that. Second set for the JV team. The serve to the back row is just tapped back over from Malcolm over to Wahoo. Wahoo now sending a free ball back over to Malcolm's front row. Set to the near side for Malcolm into the block. Wahoo recovering, sets to the far side and hits to the back row. Malcolm sending it to the forward. His second hit pushes over. Wahoo, just awkward placement to where the net is not able to get it over. Malcolm with the point and now with the serve. Malcolm ahead 21-15 in the second set. Malcolm for the JV first set was able to win 25-18. And a net violation for Wahoo brings another point over to Malcolm. Although, really, I don't think with the way that was hit, Wahoo's going to find a way to be able to get there. Here comes a center court, and a little bit too much on it. We have a side-out service error. Wahoo, 16-22. Wahoo with the serve. To the far corner, Malcolm able to dig it to the front row and right in the center, blocked. But then Wahoo's sending it to the far side. To tap over to the center of the court. Malcolm to the near side, blocked and able to get that sent over. Wahoo able to free ball it back over to Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side, hit past the blockers. To the near side, hit across to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm digging it back out, sending it to the near side. Tap over the blockers and hits the antenna out of bounds. Point for Wahoo, 17-22. Wahoo with a serve again from the center back row to the center back row for Malcolm. Malcolm digging it forward, but having to free hit it back over to Wahoo from the back row. Setting it to the far side and out of bounds. Malcolm now able to get up 23-17. Here comes Malcolm's serve. 23-17, second set from the center row. Wahoo having to set it up and just kind of free bat it back over to Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side and through the blockers to the ground. Malcolm at 24-17, set point for the second set. Malcolm already having the first set. Similar score as last, 25-18. Kind of a hesitant serve there. Wahoo with a ball just going over and not able to recover. Malcolm takes set number 2. And that is the match for the JV team. We'll go ahead and let things set up as we will get ready for varsity play coming up in just a few minutes right here on Saunders County Online. You can also catch the action on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube channel. Thank you to the video production class students for being a part of what we're doing as well right here on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public Schools.
And now the starting lineup for your Warriors. Number 5, Audrey Wahoo. Number 9, Josie Larson. Number 11, Cameron Sager. Number 12, Faith Davis. Number 13, McGann Smith. Number 16, Gracie Merritt. Number 22, Alyssa Hamilton. This is equivalent for the Warriors as suspect Laurie Wilson and Miranda Stedman. Your head coach is Katie Peterson. Now, fans, please rise and move caps and join us as we honor our flag and country with the singing of the national anthem performed by Wahoo High School freshman Hayden Bellmeyer.
All right, welcome back to the Wahoo Gymnasium for more volleyball action. Now it's time for varsity teams to be able to take the court. So far, Malcolm has definitely shown its muscle with the C team and the JVs taking the sets, but now we have Wahoo varsity taking on the Clippers, and we will see how this all works out. I know that they've been working a lot, and now they're getting things adjusted around, making sure they have everybody on court that's necessary. Great crowd here tonight, as Malcolm's not that far away, so a good traveling team there. I want to say welcome to all of them, and welcome if you are watching right now, be a part of this. Malcolm will start off this serve. And it looks like everybody is ready to go. And so here we go with some volleyball. And here comes the serve. Dug out by Wahoo to the near far side and into the block and down. Wahoo with the first point. With a jump serve, able to get to the back row for Malcolm. To the near side, hit across over the blockers. Wahoo digging it back into the near side and sending it to the far side. Malcolm sending it to the near side and blocks. Wahoo with a kill. And starting off 2-0 for Wahoo, wanting to make sure that they know their presence is felt. Now, Malcolm's going to be a tough team as they have a strong tradition. That serve went to the back row for Malcolm to the near side and able to be dug out by Wahoo to the far side and off of a blocker out of bounds. Wahoo brings it 3-0. Wahoo's serve from the near corner. Goes to the far corner for Malcolm. Malcolm setting it to the far side and goes across. Dug out by Wahoo to being bumped into the center and an attack right to the back row and not able to be recovered by Malcolm. Here comes the next serve from Wahoo to the far corner, and it goes into the rafters just a little bit. Malcolm able to send it back, a free ball over to Wahoo to the front line and right to center. Malcolm covering and sending it to the back row for Wahoo, digging it to the front row, to the center, and out of bounds. Malcolm able to read that one, and now with able to turn the serve over to Malcolm. They have their first point. 4-1. Wahoo is ahead. Near corner serve, flat-footed serve to the far side. Wahoo digging it, and back row attack out of bounds. Malcolm now cut the lead in half. 4-2. Comes a serve from Malcolm, near corner, just barely over the net, and an ace for Malcolm, bringing it within one. And another near corner serve from Malcolm. And another ace for Malcolm. Ties it up for all. Set number one. Near corner serve, a jump serve from Malcolm to the far corner for Wahoo. Wahoo able to set it to the far side, bumps it over the blockers. Malcolm able to dig it up, and backcourt attack to a double hit violation on Wahoo, puts Malcolm ahead 5-4. And here comes another near corner serve, and that goes out of bounds. Service error ties it up. Wahoo now with serve. 5-5. Here comes the center court serve to the center back row for Malcolm. Malcolm able to set it up to the near side. Wahoo chasing it down, free ball back over to Malcolm. Malcolm is able to set it up to the front side center and over the blockers, and out of bounds off of Wahoo. Malcolm was served 6-5. Malcolm ahead. Malcolm served from the far corner this time. Comes over. Wahoo able to dig it to the front row to the near side, pushes it over the blockers and able to find the ground. Wahoo is able to get the point, tie it up, and now with serve. Here comes a flat-footed serve from the center court. Malcolm sending it to the far side, goes across court. Wahoo able to dig that to the far side attack across court. Malcolm does dig it to the near side, and chasing it, not able to get it under control. Point to Malcolm. Malcolm goes up one. 7-6, Malcolm ahead, and Malcolm serve. Malcolm serving from the center court. Small jump serve, but into the net, side out. Service error ties it up. 7-7. Wahoo serve. Another center court small jump serve. Get a teardrop serve right to the center court. Malcolm pushes it to the back row. A running dig and a back row attack, able to keep it inbounds. Wahoo with that point. Wahoo with a lead again, 8-7 in the first set of the varsity match. Goes to the back row. A little barrel for, and a kind of an awkward return, but they were able to get it back and attacked and blocked out of bounds. Point for Wahoo. 9-7, Wahoo's ahead by 2. Center court serve goes to the back, a little bit beyond the back row. Side out service error. Malcolm with a point. Brings it back to 1. 9-8, Wahoo ahead, set number 1. Near corner serve. Jump serve barely gets over the net. Wahoo is able to recover and pushes it to the near side. Malcolm sets in cross court attack. Wahoo digs and sends to the center court and finds the floor just inside the back line. Leads now by 2. 10-8, Wahoo ahead. Center court serve from the back. Wahoo teardrop serve to the center court for Malcolm. Malcolm dig in the near court attack. Wahoo sends it back over. Just with the tap, Malcolm is able to send it to the near court and find the floor. Brings it with 1. 10-9, Malcolm serve in set number 1. We know this is going to be a tough game. Everybody is anticipating that this is going to be quite a battle. From the far corner serve to out of bounds. Service error, side out. Wahoo now ahead 11-9. Far corner serve, then goes cross court to the center back row. Malcolm tapping it just over. Wahoo able to get it sent back first tap. And an attack and block by Wahoo. Wahoo now ahead by 3, 12-9. Far corner serve for Wahoo. Goes to the far corner for Malcolm. Sends it to the front row to the near side. Attack across. Wahoo digs it out. Sends it up to the far side. Malcolm then sends it back with an attack across court. Nice dig from Wahoo. Able to then try to attack from the front row, but overshoots. Malcolm with a point. 12-10. 2-point advantage for Wahoo. Malcolm with a far corner serve coming in. Here comes that far corner serve to the near corner. Wahoo not able to manage that. Ace for Malcolm. They bring it within 1. 12-11, Wahoo ahead in set number 1. Malcolm is serving. Far corner serve. Goes to the center court for Wahoo. Wahoo sending it forward to the back row attack. Malcolm able to dig that back out and attack across. The pushback from Wahoo, but out of bounds. Malcolm able to tie it up. 12-12 in set number 1. Malcolm with continued serve. Far corner serve. Goes to the center back row, push to the far side, and with a kill, Wahoo is able to take back the ball and get the point. 13-12. Near corner serve for Wahoo. Sends it to the far corner. Malcolm with a far corner set and out of bounds. Point for Wahoo. 14-12, Wahoo leads by 2, set number 1. And here comes the serve to this back row, but out of bounds. Malcolm with a point. And Malcolm with a near corner serve. It is a jump serve from the near corner to the far back corner. Wahoo sending it to the far side. Cross court. Dug out by Malcolm. Malcolm pushes it over the blockers and stays, and it goes out of bounds. Point for Wahoo. 15-13 in set number 1. Center court serve, a jump serve, goes into the net, side out, and service error. Malcolm now with serve and within 1 point. 15-14, first period right here on Saunders County Online. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Far corner serve goes across court. Wahoo able to dig it, sends it to the near side. An attack goes across and out of bounds. Point to Malcolm, ties it up now. 15-15. Malcolm with a far corner serve. Flat-footed serve to the near corner for Wahoo, sending it to the front line to the far side. Blocked. Malcolm sends it back over, and Wahoo able to recover, sends it back over the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm back, attack in the near side, blocked by Wahoo. And like that, Wahoo back ahead 16-15 with server. Center court serve for Wahoo, gets a teardrop serve to the center of Malcolm. Malcolm, the near side, intact, off the blocker. Oh, out of bounds. Nobody touched it. Wahoo brings it up, leads by 2, 17-15. Flat-footed serve from the back row to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm going up to the front row to the far side, and with a attempt to block, but not able to get that block in there. Malcolm now gets a point and serve. 1 point separates. Wahoo head 17-16 over Malcolm. Malcolm serve. Center court serve. Jump serve. Teardrop to the middle court. Wahoo digging to the far side and just pushes it over. Malcolm able to get it to the far side, and with an attack and a kill. Malcolm with point, ties it up, 17 all. Comes Malcolm's serve, center court serve. Goes to the back row libero, digs it, and then sends it to the near side into the attack, and able to get through the blockers onto the ground. Wahoo regains lead, 18-17, and Wahoo with serve. A small jump serve from Wahoo center court to the near court. Malcolm with a hit out of bounds. Oh. And they say that was off the fingers of Wahoo. Ties it up, 18-18. Malcolm was served near court. Teardrop to the center. Was able to dig that. A free ball over to Malcolm. Malcolm sets it up to the center. Blocked by Wahoo. Resets to the center. And Wahoo able to get it. Control back over. And with a hit and a kill, Wahoo gains lead again and control. 19-18. Told you this was going to be a good game, and I'm glad we're able to be here. If you're not able to be here, I'm glad we were able to bring you the video of that. Here comes the serve from Wahoo. Far side for Malcolm. Malcolm with a push over, blocked by Wahoo, and then pushed back over and onto the floor. Point for Wahoo, and Malcolm takes a timeout. We'll be right back right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Well, welcome back to Saunders County Online as we are bringing you the action of the Wahoo Warriors taking on Malcolm right here for volleyball. Also, you can go over to the other side of the channel A lot of things going on tonight. We have softball going on action at this point as the Warriors are taking on Arlington. Or for those civically minded right here in our area, you can certainly watch the Wahoo City Council meeting going on right now. A lot of things in our area, and we want to bring it all to you on Saunders County Online. Wahoo ahead 20-18. Wahoo serve from the center court, teardrop to Malcolm. Malcolm able to bring it to the near side, bumps it over, and with a hit back, Wahoo able to get that on the ground. Brings it up 21-18. Wahoo leading. Jump serve to the back row, and Malcolm not able to recover. Ace off of that one. 22-18. Another timeout coming our way. We'll be right back on Saunders County Online. Thank you for being a part of our coverage.
Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
Welcome back to Wahoo's gym as well. The band is getting into it, and so is everybody. The crowd is here in full force, both for Malcolm and Wahoo. First set, Wahoo ahead 22-18. Wahoo's serve. Jump serve from the back, and Malcolm able to dig that out and blocked by Wahoo. Set to the far side, tapped over the blockers. Wahoo able to recover and sends that to the back row. Malcolm sending it to the near side, pushed and off of the blockers, out of bounds. Malcolm is able to get the point on that one, and now they have served. 22-19, Wahoo ahead, set number one. Here comes Malcolm's serve from the far corner. Goes all the way across to the far corner for Wahoo. Wahoo able to keep it in bounds. A free ball over to Malcolm. Malcolm then sends it and blocks. Wahoo now ahead 23-19 with Wahoo with serve. Wahoo serving from the far corner. Small jump serve to the far corner. Malcolm taking it to the front, blocked, but Malcolm able to recover. Another set, but just drops it back over. Battle back into Wahoo territory, and a battle into the block, onto the ground. Wahoo now 24-19, set point. Wahoo at 24-19, and from the far corner, Malcolm sends a one hit back over, and with a kill, Wahoo takes set number one. That will give us a break before we come back to set number two. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of our coverage right here on Saunders County Online.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider.
If you're looking for a new career,
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the chosen by our clients' day health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers.
Welcome back to Wahoo Gymnasium. They cut their break a little short because they're both anxious teams trying to get ready to roll. From more action right here on Saunders County Online. Thank you for being a part of our coverage as we continue to bring this your way. Wahoo was able to win the first set 25-19. Now we're getting ready for the second set. Wahoo with the lead and Wahoo with the serve. Looks like we're going to start off with the near corner jump serve, and that goes to the outside service, starting off with a service error, side out for Wahoo. Malcolm with a first point. Malcolm serving from the far corner. Jump serve to the center court, up to the front, and Wahoo able to attack and kill. Ties it up 1-1. Wahoo with a center court jump serve and goes out of bounds. Another side out. Service error, 2 in a row for Wahoo. Trying to just really find that corner or that line, but just getting a little too far. Near corner serve from Malcolm. Small jump to the center court. Wahoo going to the far side and attack across and a kill. And that was their response last time they had a side out. So again, ties it back up 2-2. Wahoo with serve. Center court and able to get it to the far side. Malcolm trying to bump it over. Wahoo to the far side attacks, and Malcolm having to free ball back over to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo setting up to the near side and with a kill. Wahoo stepping up and creating a lead, 3-2 in set number 2. Center court, flat-footed serve to the near corner for Malcolm. Malcolm with a second touch, push over, able to find the floor and ties it up. Malcolm moving to the far corner for the serve. And the serve goes to the center court for Wahoo, sends it to the front line near side. Goes across court, dug out by Malcolm to the near side, blocked by Wahoo. Puts Wahoo back ahead, 4-3. Here comes the serve from the center court to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm on the far side pushes it back across onto the floor and ties it up, 4-4. Center court serve from Malcolm, a jump serve to the center court, goes over. Wahoo is able to recover, sends that to the back row of Malcolm. Malcolm set to the near side, Attack cross to the back row. One hit over to Malcolm. Malcolm sets it up to the near side again. Sets it to the center. And Wahoo with attack out of bounds. Malcolm now with their lead. 5-4. Malcolm with a center court jump serve. Goes to the center back row for Wahoo, who sets it to the center and taps it barely over, but then attacks back over Wahoo. Now Malcolm sending it out of bounds, and it did not hit anybody. Wahoo now tied up 5-5 with Wahoo serve. Center court jump serve into the net, side out with a service error. Malcolm up now 6-5. Near corner serve from Malcolm. Jump serve to the far corner. Wahoo setting it up to the near side. Blocked by Malcolm. Dug out by Wahoo to the far side. And blocked again by Malcolm. Set it up to the far side. Blocked. Dug out by Malcolm. Malcolm's pushing it over the blockers. Wahoo setting up to the far side. Taps into the blockers, but able to get it down and on the ground. Malcolm now with a 2-point lead. 5-7, second set. Wahoo takes the first set. Near corner serve goes to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo for the near court attack, and with a kill. Finds the ground, brings it within one. 6-7, Wahoo is trailing in the second set. Wahoo, far side serve to the center back row. Malcolm with a far side attack. Goes to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo pushing it to the forward far side off the blocker, but dug out by Malcolm. Malcolm with a center court set and able to drop it right in there. Brings the point and the serve back to them. 6-8. Malcolm is ahead, set number 2. Malcolm is serving from the far corner. Goes across to the back corner for Wahoo. Wahoo with an attack at the line. Dug out by Malcolm. Malcolm with a back row attack. Sends to the far side. Wahoo is able to get and find the kill. Brings it within one. 7-8. Malcolm is ahead in set number 2. Wahoo with serve. Near corner serve. Jump serve to the center far corner. Malcolm's to the near side with a kill. Brings the lead back to 2. 9-7, Malcolm ahead. Here comes the far corner jump serve to the near corner for Wahoo. Set it and then sends it out of bounds. Creates a 3-point lead for Malcolm. 7-10, Malcolm ahead, set number 2. Far corner serve for Malcolm. Stays on that side, barely gets over the net, and Wahoo with an attack right at the middle. Able to find the ground and the kill. Brings it to 2 points, separating 8-10. Malcolm ahead. Center court jump shot, and it goes out of bounds. Malcolm now ahead 11-8. Malcolm serve, near corner serve. And serve to the near side for Wahoo. Wahoo digging it and sending it to across to the center court for Malcolm. Malcolm setting it up, and then there must have been some type of violation. Oh, it was a lifting error. So they're called on lifting, so that means point for Wahoo, and serve now for Wahoo. 9-11. Serve, flat-footed serve to the back center for Malcolm. Malcolm sending it over to Wahoo, digging it back out, and sending it to the near side. Attack into the blockers and across the court onto the ground. Wahoo with their point brings it within 1. 10-11. The center court flat-footed serve to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm with a second touch push into Wahoo. Wahoo to the near side, pushes it back over to Malcolm. Malcolm with a set to the near side. An attack and kill. Wahoo not able to grab that one and bring it in, so now that puts a 2-point lead back into Malcolm's hands. 12-10, Malcolm leading over Wahoo. Second set. Far court serve stays on the far side of the court. Serve to the far side, and Malcolm retrieving it, pushing it over to Wahoo. Wahoo to the far side attack from the back row, and a kill across several Malcolm players before it goes out of bounds. Back to 1 point. Here comes the center court serve to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm pushing it to the far side, taps it over the blockers, resetting to the far side. Wahoo going across court, dug out by Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side and blocked out of bounds off of Wahoo. Malcolm with that point. 13-11, Malcolm ahead. Malcolm with the serve. Malcolm with a center court serve. Cross barely gets over the net. Wahoo able to dig it to the near side. Sends it to the far side. And then big hit from Malcolm, but dug out by Wahoo. Went straight back over and blocked. Wahoo had a great block right there. Time brings it up. 1 point separates the two. Wahoo 12. Malcolm 13. Wahoo with center court serve, jump serve, side out because of a service error. 2 points. 2 point lead for Malcolm. Libero is now serving for Malcolm. Near corner serve. Jump serve goes to the far side. Wahoo with a single hit over. Malcolm able to recover, pushes it on the second hit over. Wahoo to the far side, taps it over the blockers. Malcolm recovering. And to the near side, hit across and stays in. Malcolm gains a 3 point lead, 12-15. Malcolm's libero, is about ready to serve, and now we have a timeout. We'll come back in just a moment right here on Saunders County Online with more volleyball action.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We want to say thank you also to OOP Inc., serving Wahoo and the surrounding area for 60 years with propane, gas, oil, and lawn service treatments. Also coming up, we'll be getting a new commercial in for Anchor Insurance, great sponsor of ours. EJ has been a fantastic partner in what we're looking to do, and also helping us find ways to be able to bring a better stream when we're on the road. So again, Anchor Insurance involved in many things for us. Well, we're back here at the Wahoo Gymnasium as the Warriors take on the Clippers of Malcolm. Warriors take set number 1, 25-18. Clippers now ahead 15-12, and with a serve blocked by the Clippers, but Wahoo just barely getting it over, and able to get it to drop, so Malcolm not able to answer them that one. So that means that was a very well-used timeout for Wahoo. Far corner serve for Wahoo goes to the near side. Back over to the far side, dug out by Wahoo, and to the far side across to the point to Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side, and off of the blockers, out of bounds. Malcolm recreates that three-point lead, 16-13 in the second set. Malcolm going to the far corner for a serve. Here comes the serve, goes across the court to the center for Wahoo. Wahoo, a back row attack, but able to drop that. Malcolm not able to answer that. 2 point separates. Wahoo serve. 14-16, set number 2. Malcolm ahead. Here comes the center court serve, goes across the libero. Sends it to the near side. Attacker goes across. And a hit violation for libero. Communication issue there. So point goes to Malcolm. 17-14. Far corner serve goes out of, stays in. That was right there. That was from this angle. I was with the players, but Malcolm able to keep that one in. We'll be back with more action right here on Saunders County Online.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the gym for the Wahoo Warriors as it is volleyball season going on right now. Warriors taking on the Clippers of Malcolm. Warriors were able to take the first set 25-18. Second set, Malcolm is ahead 18-14. Malcolm does have control at this point as well. Wahoo took Malcolm took the timeout on that one, so they saw something they didn't like. Far corner serve goes to the far corner, back row for Wahoo, is attacks on the back set from the far side. And out of bounds, point to Malcolm. 19-14, Malcolm leads. Far corner serve goes across to the near corner. Wahoo, free ball back over to Malcolm. Malcolm with a set to the near side, blocked by Wahoo, and over everybody onto the ground. With a kill right there. 4 point separation, 15-19. Center court serve from Wahoo. And goes to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm with a second touch, push over. To the far side, Wahoo sends it back over. Couple set and blocked by Wahoo. With a hit off of a Warrior, Malcolm is able to get that kill and now leads 20-15. 5 points separates in set number 2. Malcolm with a near corner serve. Pushes that to the near corner for Wahoo. Wahoo sends to the far side and attacks right to the line, and with a tap over, Malcolm able to get the ground on that one. Malcolm now leading 21-15, set number 2. Again with a near corner serve for Malcolm. A small jump to the center court. To the far side, Wahoo attacking, able to be dug out by Malcolm. Malcolm setting to the near side over the blockers. Set to the near side and goes to the back row. Malcolm is able to dig it back out to the near side and with a kill. Malcolm puts it 22 to 15. Malcolm continuing their serve from the near corner. Goes and straight to the center. Libero puts it up. Goes across to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm again to the near side. Taps it over the blockers. Miscommunication there from Wahoo. And that puts Malcolm up 23 to 15 in set number 2. Near court and into the net with a service time. Serve out, side out. Wahoo able to get another chance here. Serve from the center court back row. Flat-footed serve to the center back row for Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side. Able to keep it alive. Free ball back over to Malcolm. Malcolm set to the far side. Blocked and not able to be recovered by Malcolm. Point Wahoo, 17 to 23. 6 points separates. Center court serve, side out. Malcolm now 24-17 with set point. Malcolm has control. Malcolm serving, set point from far corner. Goes across to the far side. Wahoo's pushing to the near side. Malcolm digging it back into Wahoo, and Wahoo with a kill. Just keeps it alive. Now again, set point with Wahoo's serve. Center court, small jump serve. Into the net, side out. And Malcolm taking away set number 2, 25 to 18. Interestingly enough, that was a score reversed for the first set. We'll be right back with more action right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers. Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Wahoo's Gymnasium, home of the Warriors, and it's volleyball season as they are taking on Malcolm Clippers. Both have one set to them. We're going into the third set. So we're going to at least have 4 sets here. So it's going to be quite a battle. We promised that was going to happen today. Malcolm's a very good team, and Wahoo's doing a great job. So looking forward to that. I also want to say thank you to sponsors like Anchor Insurance and Ott Propane and Oil for being a part of our broadcast. Continue to bring more in. Also say thank you to Wahoo Public Schools for being a part of what we're doing. Well, here comes the serve from Malcolm. Goes to the back row for the Warriors and to the far side that pushes it over. Malcolm to the near side and sets it right on down into no man's land for that first point. Malcolm with the serve again from the far corner. Goes to the back row. Pops it straight up. Wahoo pushing to the far side. Attacks to the back row. To the near side by the hair on his chin, I think. That was a very tight one. Line judge definitely had the view for that. So here comes the next serve from Malcolm to the back row. And not able to dig that one out. Malcolm takes a 3-0 lead. Here comes the serve again from Malcolm to the back row. Going back to the far side attack. It goes across, stays in. Wahoo was able to get the point. And the side out. So now with a serve, Wahoo will be trying to make up for those first 3 points. Back corner was received for Malcolm to the far side and with a kill. Malcolm regains control. 4-1, Malcolm serve. Malcolm's moving their serve around a lot, so they actually don't do a lot of center court serves. They have a tendency to rotate back and forth between the back corners. Here comes the small jump serve, and that does go out of bounds. Service error, side out. Wahoo with that point. 2-4, Malcolm ahead in set number 3. Both teams have 1 set under their belts. Set to the back row. Malcolm goes to the near side. Blocked. And out of bounds, but I'm thinking it looked like that Malcolm player actually did touch it, but Malcolm ahead now 6-2 as serve continued. Goes to the back row for Wahoo, and they push it over, but right there with the attack, Malcolm in the kill. 7-2, and Wahoo takes their timeout. We'll be back in just a moment right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
Welcome back to Wahoo's Gym as we have the Warriors taking on the Clippers. Malcolm Clippers coming in. Tough team to be able to face, and we knew this was going to be a good game. Both teams have won a set. Wahoo took the first set 25-18. The Clippers took the second set 25-18. We're in set number 3 right now, and Malcolm ahead 7-2. And Malcolm with control and serve. From the far corner, serve goes to the center court for Wahoo. He does a touch over to Malcolm. Malcolm resets to the near side, pushes it to the back row, and stays in. 8-2, Malcolm ahead. We have a lot of action going on today. Not only do we have the volleyball game going on right here, but Arlington is facing off against Wahoo for softball right now. To the near side, Malcolm just pushes it across court, over the net, and down. Continues scoring. 9-2, 7-point difference. Malcolm continues serve. Far corner serve for Malcolm. Flat-footed serve goes all the way across court to the near corner for Wahoo. Hit into the blockers. To the far side, Wahoo just bumps it back over to Malcolm. Malcolm with a set to the near side. Into the blockers. Wahoo not able to stop it. Malcolm with an 8-point lead early in the third period. Cross-court serve, the back row, set to the center. Malcolm able to dig that attack from Wahoo to the far side. Malcolm does a hit and kill straight in to the back row. Wahoo is not having a ability to recover. And here we have another timeout. And so we will be back in just one moment with more Wahoo Warrior Volleyball on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers.
Wahoo in their timeout trying to figure out how to kind of stop what's happening with Malcolm. Their serve has been pretty amazing, and they are ahead in the third set, 11-2, and continues serving from that far corner. Wahoo is ready for it and goes all the way across court to the near side. Wahoo to the near side attack, blocked by Malcolm. Push over by Wahoo, and communication issue there on Malcolm's side, I would have to say. As the ball just dropped down right in between four of the players. Wahoo now 3-11. Wahoo serves, goes to the back court for Malcolm. Malcolm to the far side, pushes it across court to the near side for Wahoo. Wahoo sets to the near side, pushes, but blocked by Malcolm. Side out back to Malcolm. 12-13, Malcolm ahead in set number 3. Both teams have 2 sets under their belt. Center court serve from Malcolm. And the far side attack from Wahoo gets dug out by Malcolm to the back row. A strike from Malcolm goes all the way back to the back row, and Wahoo hits it back into Malcolm, sets it up, and then with a kill. Malcolm with a teardrop serve and battle back and forth, a couple of hits here and there. Malcolm taps it back over. Wahoo to the near side attack, goes and bounces all over the rafters. Malcolm still able to recover and push it back over. Another attack, but dug out by Malcolm, and a free ball back over to Wahoo to the center court to the far side, tapped over the blockers. Malcolm sending to the near side attack, but blocked. A free ball back over from Malcolm to Wahoo. Wahoo to the far side attack. Block. Dug out by Wahoo. The near side pushed over the blockers to the far side and down. Great volley, both sides of that of the net on that one, but Wahoo able to be out on top. Center court, flat-footed serve to the back row for Malcolm, and there's an ace for Wahoo. Wahoo trailing 5-13. Here comes a serve. Goes to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm sets to the near side. And net violation on Wahoo. Out of bounds. Malcolm now with 14-5. 9-point lead. Jump serve from the near corner to the center back row. Blocked by Malcolm, down, and 10-point lead now for Malcolm. Wahoo's working their way. Coach is coming out and encouraging. Near court serve, jump serve to the near court for Wahoo, keeping to the far side, and with a kill, Wahoo is able to come back. 6-5, Wahoo's trailing in set number 3. We have at least one more set going on. Sends it to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm to the far side, taps it, but blocked by Wahoo. Wahoo able to take control of that and continue to serve, and now they have 7-15. 8-point deficit, and the serve goes to the libero, the back row. Attack from the near side back row goes over. Wahoo doesn't have an answer for that. Malcolm now with a point, 16-7. 9-point lead for Malcolm. Malcolm serving from the far corner. Jump serve from the far corner to Wahoo's back far corner. And with a attack from the back, goes out of bounds. Malcolm now ahead by 10 points. Far corner serve from Malcolm to Wahoo's back corner. To the near corner set, and Malcolm recovering but not able to get to that ball. Goes out of bounds. Wahoo with the point. And now with the serve. Wahoo's libero serves from the far corner. Goes to the back row, and looks like it's going to have to be free ball back over for Wahoo. Wahoo sets it to the far side, taps it over the blockers, out of bounds. Malcolm point up by 10, 18-8. Far corner serve goes to the center back row for Wahoo. Wahoo setting it and attack from the back row. Dug out by Wahoo. Wahoo from the far side. Now dug back out by Malcolm, but as they hit the rafter, it came down a little bit too fast for anybody to come and retrieve it. So now that brings the score 9-18. Wahoo with a serve from the near court to the far side. Malcolm sending it across the back row. Wahoo, the near side attack, and Malcolm trying to chase it, hits the back wall and out of bounds. Wahoo coming up, cutting it down to 8-point deficit. Center jump serve to the near side for Malcolm. Malcolm on the far side. Hits across, blocked by Wahoo. Bumped over, out of bounds by Malcolm. 7-point deficit. Wahoo's working on getting that cut down. Here comes the serve from Wahoo to the back row of Malcolm. Malcolm set to the near side, tapped over the blockers, and not able to be recovered, out of bounds. Malcolm with a point, and now with the serve. Near corner serve. Goes to the near corner of the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo to this far side, attack and a kill. Side out to Wahoo. And point to Wahoo. 12-19, Malcolm ahead. Wahoo with a center court serve, small jump serve, goes to the far side. And then to the bump over from Malcolm. Wahoo setting to the far side. Able to be dug out by Malcolm to the center and bumps it to the back row. Wahoo to the far side, attack and kill. Brings it within 6. 13-19, Wahoo with serve. Here comes the serve from the center back to the center back. Malcolm, ace for Wahoo. 14-19. Timeout from Malcolm this time. We'll be right back right here on Saunders County Online.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Wahoo's Gymnasium. It is Wahoo Warrior Volleyball facing against the Malcolm Clippers. Both teams each have their own set. Wahoo took the first set 25-18. Malcolm took the second set 25-18. Malcolm looked like they were just going to take off with the third set, but Wahoo's been battling back. Now it's 19-14. Wahoo has been down as far as 11 points. Here comes Wahoo's serve to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm going to the near side, blocked by Wahoo. Malcolm coming back to the near side, dug out by Wahoo, pushed to the back row, and Malcolm able to send it to the back row for Wahoo, and just a miscalculation of where the net was. The ball drops. Malcolm now with a point. 20-14, 6 points separate. Malcolm with a serve from the far corner. Wahoo from the far side, attack out of bounds. Malcolm now 21-14. 7-point separation right here as Malcolm continues their serve from the far corner. Malcolm sends it to the center back row. Wahoo keeps it in the center and then taps it over and keeps it in. Side out. Point for Wahoo. 15-21. Wahoo with a center court flat serve. Goes to the center court back row for Malcolm. Malcolm keeps it on the far side. Pushes to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo to the far side, attack and kill. Point Wahoo. 16-21 brings it to 5 points. Wahoo with a teardrop serve. to the front row, and Malcolm with the answer and a kill. 22-16. Malcolm serve from the center back. Small jump serve, barely gets it over the net. Wahoo has to bring it to the near side. Malcolm is able to set it up to the back row, and the attack goes in. Free ball from Wahoo to the back row and out of bounds. Malcolm now 23-16. Comes a serve, jumps short from the center. Teardrop gets to the center court. To the near side, Wahoo pushes it to the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm on the near side, attack into the block and down. Malcolm now 24-16 in set number 3. Set point. Malcolm. Wahoo's been battling to get back, but Malcolm with set point. And service error, side out. Wahoo is able to keep it alive there with a little help from Malcolm. So service error is not what you want to be able to give away. Serve goes to the libero, and then Malcolm brings it to the near side, and with a hit across court, out of bounds. Wahoo down by 6, 18-24, continuing set point. Serve from the far corner, goes across to the center. Libero sets it forward, taps it down, blocked by Wahoo. Brings it to 5, 24-19. Through set point. Continued set point. Wahoo keeps working its way back. In set number 3. Pushes it to the libero. And kind of free ball from the near side. And into the blockers. Wahoo's able to push that down. 20-24. Set point continues. And Wahoo keeps gaining points off of that. Down to 4 points. Pushes it to the back row. Back row attack, blocked. Another point, and now we have a timeout from Malcolm. We'll be right back right here on Saunders County Online.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Wahoo's Gymnasium as we continue to bring you coverage of the Wahoo Warrior Volleyball. Set number 3. Both teams have a set under their belts. Wahoo took the first set 25-18. Malcolm took the second set 25-18. Looked like Malcolm was going to run away with a third set, but Wahoo has been battling back. We've had 4 straight set points, and Wahoo continues to serve. Malcolm took a timeout trying to kind of get a plan how to stop this and be able to wrap up the set. So set point continues. Jump serve from the center goes as a teardrop serve. Malcolm goes to the near side. Attack goes across and stays in, and that is set number 3. Well, 2-1. Malcolm is leading, but we have at least one more set coming your way in just one moment. We'll continue with coverage, and right now, after we say thank you to our sponsors on Saunders County Online.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska. Serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We also want to say thank you very much to Ott Oil and Propane, serving Wahoo and the surrounding area for 60 years, plus Anchor Insurance, EJ, Hancock and team being able to support the insurance area for the needs of everybody as we're getting up into time to look for next year. So again, thank you to our sponsors right here on Saunders County Online. I'm Kelly Johnson, not normally the person who does call a game, so thank you for putting up with me as we continue on. 2-1. Malcolm is ahead. We're going into set number 4. Looked like Malcolm was going to run away with set number 3, but Wahoo really did a lot of work coming back. So 25-21 was that third set when Wahoo was down as much as 11 points at one time. So congratulations on them. They're coming back, and so we will get the fourth set underway here in just one moment. Starting off with home serve. So Wahoo is starting off with serve in the near corner. And that goes to the center back row for Malcolm. Malcolm to the near side. Blocked and out of bounds. Malcolm point. Malcolm now with their far corner serve. This, seems pretty popular for them to serve from that far corner. But right into the nets and a service error side out. Wahoo ties it up. 1-1. Wahoo now with a serve. Wahoo with a center court jump serve. Barely gets over the net. Malcolm then to the near side attack. Dug out by Wahoo and just pushes over the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm to the center, pushes it back to the near side, goes across court. Wahoo digs it back out. Back row attack and kill. Wahoo with a continued serve from the back center court, goes to the center row teardrop and to the near side. Malcolm pushes it over. Wahoo digs it out to the far side, pushes it into the back row, stays in. Wahoo leads 3-1. Wahoo definitely needs to have this set go their way so they can go push it to a fifth set. Center court serve, tried to do a teardrop, but into the net. service error, side out. Malcolm now with the point and with the serve. Wahoo ahead in set number 4, 3-2. Malcolm has 2 sets. Wahoo with 1. Near corner serve goes to the back row for Wahoo. Wahoo sets to the center, and with a block, Wahoo not able to handle it. Ties it right up. 3-3. Set number 4. Near corner serve goes across court to the center back row. Wahoo pushes it to the near side, blocked by Malcolm. Wahoo digs it back out to the far side, pushes the back row for Malcolm. Malcolm sets it to the near side. Good timing and with a kill. Malcolm now ahead 4-3.